The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has this to say on the subject of Daleks. Stay away. Really, stay away. No, honestly, just stay away. They're horrible. It is a popular and well-known fact throughout the universe that should you find yourself trapped in a room with an angry Dalek, the probability of surviving numbers in figures so infinitesimally small that you've more chance of picking up a date in the hermaphrodite abstention classes of Celibacy 6. Daleks, as many people have spotted, are squat, ruthless, and not terribly friendly machine creatures from the planet Skaro. Skaro was known primarily to be a grey, stareless wasteland, which explains why one promising young scientist decided to add a touch of colour to the drab Khaled lifestyle by creating a race of evil, deadly war machines to house the genetically accelerated remains of his species. This is generally considered to have been a bad idea. Davros, as this scientist was known, enjoyed a stratospheric existence in Khaled society, when his original planned career as a footballer was cut short, like his legs, by a 20-megaton explosive. Davros's newfound creation ethic led to his rapid and brief flirtation with personal apotheosis. That power would set me up above the gods, said Davros, as he created the Daleks, aware that a god with no followers is rather like the inside of a closed cupboard owned by Professor Schrödinger. It doesn't exist if no one's observing it, prodding it, or otherwise forming incorrect conclusions about the nature of its existence. That didn't stop Ulan Prelupin using Davros as the central theme of his best-selling book, Why Being a God Really Stunts One's Growth. True to form, the Daleks then exterminated him. And thus the Daleks were born. With nothing better to do than dig their way out of a 100-yard tunnel, they decided to seek to bring about the death of every living being in the universe, one by one, assuming that since they were all going to die anyway, they could only be successful. Daleks are powered by static electricity and hate, and don't try to tell them otherwise. It was only after his final creation of the Daleks was signed off and filed that Davros spotted the major flaw in the design of these would-be conquerors. Unwilling to admit that his perambulatory calculations might be slightly askew, Davros spent the next 200 years after his death trying to conceptualize a way for his galaxy-traversing warriors to navigate stairs, without resorting to the obvious solution: legs. Incidentally, Davros's earliest experiments were in the burgeoning field of disco physics, a discipline involved largely in the translation of repeated, precise physical movements into mathematical models of reality. However, all traces of the choreographical sciences were thoroughly obliterated by Davros after his accident, and his creations were forbidden at all costs to research the subject. Daleks never invite their creator up to dance.